the Coosa Christian Conquerors, and we're going to let these gentlemen introduce themselves at this time, starting with Coach.
Teddy Whitmire.
Matthew Wright.
Gabriel Southern.
Jerome McClure.
Start right back here with Jarrell. Jarrell, last week you guys had a tough, gut-wrenching loss. That was a really tough loss, but I think you guys, I know you guys grew up a lot in that game. You look more physical, you look more hungry, and let's just call it what it is. Over the last 10, 15 years, Coosa Christian's Achilles heel has been their defense. Last year, you guys gave up 43 points a game. This year, you guys have had pitched 2 shutouts, and last week you only gave up 20 points. So talk to us about the mindset defensively you guys have had a change. I know Coach Whitmire has a lot to do with that, but defensively and physically, y'all look more physical this year. Talk about that a little bit.
Don't think too hard, you're going to hurt yourself.
Well,
It looks like a different team.
yeah, it is a different team, but we work hard in the weight room or whatever, and when the weight room just working hard, you go out on the field.
It definitely carries over.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt about that.
It's just what Coach O instills in us. Like, he's been trying to do that for 3 years now, and I think we finally reaching a point where we can be physical and play with a lot of teams.
No doubt.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about being more physical than the opponent in front of you and just beating the guy whoever lines up in front of you is beating them.
That's it. Coach, same kind of question for you, but worded a little different. From day one that you stepped foot on campus with these guys to now, what's the difference?
I think technique-wise, definitely I've gotten a lot better. Personnel-wise, it took me a little bit to figure out who I wanted out there on defense. Because some guys just ain't meant for it. They're offensive-minded guys, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But on defense, we're going to have a mentality where we're going to be violent. We're going to come off the ball. We're not going backwards. And if you're not with that, then you're not going to play. Not on defense. And it is the way it is. And we found the right guys out there. Me and Coach Galloway, we got about 14 guys that can play defense pretty hard for us, and we're going to roll with them.
No doubt.
So,
now, Coach, let me ask you this question. How awesome is it to have Albert there helping you out and being you guys working together like you do and having him upstairs spotting?
You got to have somebody that you work with, and you got to have eyes up top there. It's hard to see what's going on, and you can't put a price on having somebody up there that you can. It's almost like one mind. It really is. He's thinking about things before I even have to ask a question. You can't put a price on it.
No doubt. Matthew, let's talk about the game last week. What were some of the things coming into that week you guys prepared for, and what you prepared for, was that what they showed? And I know the physical part of it was part of it as well.
Yeah, so like you're saying, one of the things that we prepared for was their physicality, because they're by far the most physical team we'll face all year. So all week we're hitting hard, we're playing hard, we're going fast. So I think that definitely helped us because, they were a very physical team. So if we went and had done that, we would have quit. But luckily for us, our coaches are smarter than we are, so they put us to the right training.
I don't know if that's true in your case. You may have been 35 on your ACT, but maybe for some of you guys.
Yeah. We just keyed on. We watched the film. We watched a lot of film. That's a really big important thing for us to watch film and make sure we know what the team's doing. And we watched a lot of film and just figured out what they were going to do.
No doubt.
Like Matt and Gabe said, watched a lot of film, worked hard on the physicality of the team, and we went out and showed what we was about. So,
Drew, how fun was it to go up and get 73 from the Hills?
oh man, it was fun.
You want that kind of challenge, though.
Oh yeah, I need that kind of competition.
That's right. That's the guys at college. When you want to go play college, they're not going to turn on the tape when you're playing somebody that you're superior. They're going to turn on the tape. Somebody's going to challenge you. That's across the board. Now, let's talk about this week coming up. You guys are playing Appalachian as another dangerous team. And I know you guys it's day one of preparation for them. Well, no, y'all guys got a little work over the weekend. But what do you expect from this week's game with Appalachian?
I feel like it'll be the same as Galesville. Be physical, let them lay down, and out of the first quarter.
That's right.
They're more of a spread team than Collinsville, so we're not going to see as much running from them. But we just got to bring the same intensity and hit them.
You know, we're just gonna have to go on the field and do what we got to do to win.
No doubt. I like Matthew's mentality, man.
Yeah.
It's meat and potatoes.
That's right.
No mystery. No what's on the mind.
It's not hard if you block, you tackle,
That's it.
and you hold on to the
Matthew
football.
keeps it simple.
Yeah.
Coach, preparation for them. What have you seen from them?
They're pretty physical guys. They block well up front. They got guys that run hard. I know they've got a quarterback who's been out. That's pretty good, and if he's back this week, it's going to be really hard to handle. If he gets loose on us, it's going to be really tough to contain him. It's just got to do the best we can, Bo. Just got to do the best we can.
I think I've heard that before.
That's right.
Guys, one last thing. I want to hear this. This is going to be fantastic. What's the maddest you made Coach O'Brien?
Oh man.
Matthew, have you made it mad? You ain't never made it mad, have you?
A couple times.
Have you? Did he lose it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yes.
He ain't lost it on y'all yet, has he?
No, he
Teddy's been mad at Coach O'Brien.
Oh, yeah.
Not even close.
I had both of them at the same time. Like, it was,
These guys make fun of me, man. They say I got to say, and I don't even realize I'm saying it all the time.
What's he saying?
What do y'all say? I say all the time.
Get some of that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
always,
you
he
just
always,
said that.
always
Yeah,
gets
you
some
said
of that.
that.
you said it to me today.
How about
that?
I love it, dude. Well, hey, man, good luck this weekend versus Appalachian. I mean, you guys execute the game plan, you're going to be fine. I mean, I know the physical part's there. People don't realize how young you guys are. I mean, I know you guys are upperclassmen, but you're few and far between on your team, my friends.
Yeah.
So,
Well, nobody cares about that. Galesville didn't care about it. So
Galesville didn't stop before a crack black and
Hey,
say, hey, are you legit?
that's exactly right. I guarantee you 14-1 and 73 didn't stop Mass Ty how old he was when he's running the alley. So.
That's right. Hey, is he okay yet?
Hey, are you ninth grader yet?
That's right. Well, brother, we'll love you guys coming on. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Bo.
Good luck. All right, our next team on the Monday Night Preview Show is the Spring Garden Panthers. And I am going to let these young men introduce themselves at this time, starting right here.
Cooper Austin. Chaz Pope.
Coach Barrett Ragsdale.
And you're only here because
I don't get fined.
I love it. I love it. Guys, let's just take the season in general. You guys haven't been on the show in a couple of weeks. You guys are rolling right now. You got it going like you did last year. You guys seem to find a winning formula and mindset, and it's definitely carried over from last year's semifinal run. Talk about this season in general and to what we're seeing the product on the field now, where you guys kind of expect to win every week.
I think it kind of started last year with the seniors. Of course, Luke and Riley and Weston, they all did a good job of getting that winning mentality into our head. And I think us seniors this year have to do the same job for the junior guys this year.
Not putting you on the spot, but if we had to go senior class versus senior class, which one's better?
Ours, for sure.
Not even close. There's more of you, right?
Along what he said, I think some of it started this summer, having to come in on those hot days and work hard, and I think that just prepared us for it.
Well, there ain't no doubt. I mean, bro, it was hot this summer.
Yeah, we went that extra week too because we didn't do anything in the spring, so it seemed like forever practicing at the beginning. But like these guys said, they come in, put in the work, and I think we're starting to, hit on all cylinders. We've had some guys that stepped in the role for those seniors graduated, and we're starting to figure some things out. So,
Coach, let me ask you from a coaching standpoint, how do you feel about that? They're giving you the option now to go the early week in the summer, or skip in the spring, or are you an old school spring practice guy?
no, I like that option. Especially get a small school where you share athletes like
That's
we
right.
do.
Y'all
We
play
expect
baseball.
we expect our baseball team now to be playing. The end
That's
of
right.
April, so it's good for. I think it's good for kids to get a little break there in May because we start weights first week of June, so it gives them a little downtime, and we hit it that first week of August this year, so I like it.
It's definitely unique, and I think more teams are going to go to it because of that reason, especially in the smaller schools, like you said. I can see it, like some 7A school, like Auburn, for example, has like 3,000 students 10th through 12. I can see them saying, well, it don't really matter. But,
Yeah, right.
but like when you guys are all out on the diamond, and that affects your spring practice for real. Same thing. Let's take it back to last week in Locust Fort. Let's dive into that one specifically. What did you guys see from them? How do you guys felt like y'all executed your game plan?
Well, I think, Locust Fort, they did some good things. The quarterback was quick. They give us a lot of spread options. So that really helped us prepare, I think. Not looking ahead, but it helped us prepare for what we're going to see here going forward. But, game plan-wise, I don't think we were real happy defensively with our execution. So that really showed us some weaknesses that we need to work on this week. Like I said, Locust Fort did what we knew they were going to do. Gave us some tough looks, spreading out athletes, but it also showed us some things that we need to work on. So I think it's going to help us as long as we fix those mistakes, rolling into this week.
No doubt.
Like he said, the quick quarterback helped us prepare for this week because, we know we're going to see that. And we definitely got to tune in on the trick plays because they got us a few times on it.
I got nothing else.
Coop?
I ain't got nothing
Talk
else.
to me, man. Well, Coop, you got to talk about what I'm about to ask you. These cats are scored 60-something points in the last 2 games. Cleveland. What have y'all seen from them on film from you guys' defensive standpoint? Because, they look like they're pretty legit on offense.
Oh yeah, they got some athletes for sure. I think Ragsdale's going to do a good job getting a good game plan, and I think it's just our job to execute it and just see how it plays out.
Offensively, we know nobody's going to stop you, so we don't have to talk about that. You two guys. So we'll just continue on this defensive question. Go ahead.
Like he said, Ragsdale's coming up with a good game plan, and I think a lot of it depends on us going hard at practice and learning their offense and our scout team giving us a good look because that's where it really starts with.
Coach, they put a lot of stock into you, brother. When you see a team that scored 60 points in consecutive weeks against pretty decent opponents, Locust Fort being one of them.
Oh, yeah.
How does that make you feel? Do you lose sleep? Are you one of those guys, or?
I stress more, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to game like this. So yeah, the answer is yes. So I don't know if I don't lose sleep, but there's not enough hours in the day to look at film, and
That's it.
Cleveland's got a great football team. They're well coached. They've got a system they've been running.
That's right.
I think they're the best skill players that we're going to see. I got a lot of respect for them, and that's a big thing going into this week. Our guys have got to have that respect for them and know, hey, this is a good football team that we're playing, and last year don't mean anything. So we've got to, like they said, prep hard this week, and it's everybody, scout team, starters. It's gonna be a heck of a game.
It is. Reggie, you got
I don't think I have anything.
I got a couple more.
Well, last week that was the first points you guys gave up.
Yeah.
So I could see probably why you were a little disappointed in the defensive effort.
Yeah, and they asked Cooper why he didn't say anything just a minute ago.
Oh, Cooper.
That would have been my guy that scored.
Was it?
That would have been my guy.
Did he
Oh,
coach you?
Yeah, pretty much. He came out blocking. He came out blocking. They run a double pass. I came flying up,
I gave Cooper a hard time.
wide open.
Well, I ain't gonna front on you, coach. If somebody's coming out blocking and they're doing a double pass, he's probably gonna get behind me as well.
So it was a good play. I messed with Cooper. I messed with him the whole game. It was the fourth quarter.
You
We
messed with me all
pulled. I
week.
was like, Cooper, I ain't talking to you. So it's hard for me sitting number 7 on the board, but no, it was a good play. They did a great job executing it. So I'll give Cooper a hard time.
Now you guys, let me ask you this before we shut it down. Offensively, you guys have been getting up on people and actually coming out and sitting down some a lot. Talk about, especially you two, connection you guys have, and obviously the whole offense in general, but you guys seem to be really clicking right now. We'll start right here.
Well, it's easy to throw Cooper the ball when you know he's catching them all, and so it makes me look a lot better if I'm throwing it up to him. He's coming down with it.
He's a dude, ain't no doubt. Cool. Anything?
Sometimes I just tell Chaz, throw it up. You get it.
Are you two guys competitive with each other? Like do you say, hey man, can you not throw the ball? And he says, hey, if you get open, I'll throw it.
Not really.
Not really.
Not
Too
really.
much continuity between you two. I got you, man. Well, hey man, good luck to you guys, and we got a game scheduled to come out and watch you guys.
Y'all have a Thursday night game coming up?
I don't think we have another Thursday
I
night.
don't believe that.
We had there's something circled I seen that I put on my calendar to come watch these cats. Cause I hadn't got to get out to the garden to an actual game yet. Just
I haven't been. I've been to a basketball game. So.
yeah. Hey man,
We're working on it.
I'm working on the clone machine at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
Or y'all know somebody with a helicopter. We
Yeah.
had like Rick Harley back in the day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
These guys don't know about that.
No, they don't.
It's before their time. I feel
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
They do know about Bishop
Bishop
Sycamore.
Sycamore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Guys, make sure we get something to eat before you get out of here. Thank you guys for making the trip, and as always, man, go Gordon, go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, our next team on the weekly preview show is going to be the Catholic Montgomery. We haven't had these guys on before. We recently visited them. Been doing some very tremendously awesome things there. And at this time, we have on their head coach, Coach Johnson. Coach, how you been doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. Just trying to keep my head above water as we get in the thick of this here football season.
That's right. We had the pleasure to come down and visit you last week on Labor Day, I believe, and interviewed yourself and TJ Dudley, which both of those videos are about to drop. We've been a little bit behind on our videos, but we're going to start bringing you guys on from time to time on our preview show, especially when you guys have big games or just coming off a big game. So no better time than now. Coach, last week you guys played Reeltown, who is 2 years removed from a state championship appearance versus Fyffe, and then you guys played Fyffe last year. You guys got that victory over Reeltown 45-6. Talk about that game last Friday night.
Well, Reeltown's a really good football team. They coach well. Their head coach, Matt Johnson, I've known for a long time. Really great guy. But we really focus on the things we needed to do and the things we need to take care of. And we played a really solid game. We kind of ran away with the game about midway through the second quarter, and got a chance to put a lot of young guys in, and any game where you can get those guys some live Friday night reps, it's a win for me. They work hard and put in a lot of time and effort, just like those varsity guys, and so anytime we can get them guys some quality reps on Friday night in front of a big crowd with their there's cheerleaders yelling and there's fans going crazy, it's a really cool ordeal.
Now, Coach, you guys have been on a mission this year. You got victory over BB Comer, who's an unbelievable team with Coach Fawcett, 35-0. And then Charles Henderson was 50-0. Dadeville 65-7. Reeltown 45-6. There's a trend here. You guys are jumping on people early and kind of putting the game away. And then your defense, even when those younger guys come in, don't really let up. Talk about the performance of your team so far this year.
Well, I'm a defensive guy, so I'll start defensively. I'm really proud of the way we played. The older defense have yet to allow a touchdown, so that's really impressive. Especially when you play some of the teams we're playing, and then offensively, man, we're doing a really good job of getting the ball out to guys in space. Jeremiah Cobb is kind of came on strong. He had a really good offseason, putting on weight and getting bigger, faster, stronger. And I honestly believe he'll emerge as one of the better players in the state by the end of the year. Our quarterback Caleb doesn't have the stats he had midway at this point, but we have so many impressive victories, and we hadn't really got to play full games yet. So I'm just proud of the way the team has came together. Special teams, we scored a couple different times on special teams. So it's as a coach, you want to see all those things come together and work the way you draw it up, which really doesn't happen much. But so far, we've been pretty successful in drawing those things up and having success with it.
Coach, when I visited you, man, I noticed your weight room is very unique, man. How serious you guys take it, and how new it is, and it looks really good, and how you guys actually get in there and get after it. For those who haven't seen nobody's seen the video yet because it hadn't dropped. Just briefly tell everybody about your weight program there, and how it kind of separates you guys from a lot of schools.
Well, I don't want to even use the word separate. I just want to say this is what we do. If you're going to build a quality program, not just a successful football team, but a quality program, it's got to start in the weight room. That's kind of been my role the last 6 years. I took over as the strength and conditioning coordinator, and the biggest thing we try to do in the weight room is establish culture. Culture across the board, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, cheerleading, girls volleyball.
go.
It's my job to do that. So we grind, man. You know, everybody on our campus, from our president of our campus to all the way down to, you know, we have parents that live with us. We take pride in it, you know, and that's not only, you know, by the way we dress in the weight room, but the way we clean it up, the way we leave it when no one's in there. You know, it's across the board, and that's going back to that whole culture thing I was talking about. You know, everybody. A 45-pound plate weighs the same everywhere, so you know it ain't quite about how it looks; it's about what you're doing when you pick it up. So
That's right.
And we utilize all, you know, our 15 minutes each. You know, each team gets in the weight room.
No doubt. Coach, I found it interesting that day I was there. A young man came in with the wrong gray shorts on, and you got on them immediately.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get to work out that day.
That's it. He had on blue and gray, but it wasn't the right gray.
No, sir.
That's awesome.
Certain time, you know, if they tell you it's business casual and you show up in shorts and a flip-flop, they're going to send you home.
That's right. No doubt. Hey, Coach, this week you got Beluga. I think that's how you pronounce it, Coach.
Beulah. It's country town.
Beulah. Okay, Beulah. Hey, talk about them a little bit, Coach. I know you've probably watched some film on them. I checked their record out. I don't know much about those guys, but for those who are watching, tell us a little bit about them.
So, you know, they're right outside of Auburn, Alabama, a little small town, a rural school outside of Auburn. You know, kind of run very good schemes and different things, and they're starting a lot of young guys, kind of trying to get the program back to where it used to be. And but it's another game for us to go out there and kind of showcase what we can do. You know, I hate to kind of flip the script to us, but like I told you earlier, man, it's more about what we're doing than what other teams are doing. You know, football. Somebody's going to run the ball, somebody's going to throw the ball, somebody's, you know, whatever. So it's up to us to kind of make sure we're taking away the things they like to do on defense and trying to do what we like to do on offense, and putting our kids in a situation that they can be successful. And you know, we have some things that we plan on doing that we feel help us out against Beulah, and I'm sure they do too. But you know, it's on us to kind of put it all together.
No doubt, Coach. Man, I appreciate you taking time out of your day. We do these on Monday, or I usually call you guys on Sundays, and we film on Mondays, and we'll usually have these out on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and I'll have this sent over to you for you can share with everybody at the school there, and so they can check it out. And also, Coach Ball and Coach Rico White told me to tell you what's up.
Well, man, listen, we appreciate what you do, man. Anytime we can put these high school kids out here on the forefront, man, you know, they get put on the back burner. You got NFL football, college football, and, you know, sometimes high school football is forgotten about. And honestly, it's probably the best football out there.
That's right.
That's what you get so much about these young men, and we appreciate you doing what you're doing. And you tell them coaches I said, what's up, man? And, you know, y'all are in the northern part of the world, so we down here in the bottom, man. But it's good to have good coaches all over the state of Alabama.
Hey, Coach, you're right about the football thing. I think it's the purest form of football there is to be had. High school football.
Man, we talk about it all the time. You know, I got a lot of college friends who are coaches, and I actually had a couple of opportunities. And it's just pure, man. You know, you get to watch a 14-year-old boy kind of grow into like a, you know, 18-year-old young man, where, you know, he's making viable, you know, strong decisions for his team or for his family or whatever, man. You know, it's a lot of pressure on these kids, man, especially when you're, you know, a TJ Dudley of the world and you got all these offers and you got to figure out how to navigate it and still be a captain of your football team. You know?
That's right. Hey,
you know,
and what a great kid he is, man. That interview with him went fantastic.
Awesome kid. Awesome young man. I'm going to call him awesome young man. He's growing out of the kid stage, man. Every time I see him, I'm going, oh my gosh, man, you're a singer. It's crazy. We've been fucking together for a long time now. So.
He's a grown man, Coach.
Yeah. That's why I live. So when kids like that are around you, you got to be prepared.
Hey, you never know. They're going to try you one day, Coach.
Better pick a good day.
I love it. Coach, man, it's a pleasure as always, man. Looking forward to keeping in touch with you all season. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, thank you guys, man.
Thank you. All right, our next team on our weekly preview show at Sparks Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is the Collinsville Panthers. And they had a Panther running through their stadium like Carolina Panthers did yesterday, but we just didn't put footage up yet. We'll let that drop this week. You didn't know that, did you?
I did not know
They
that.
had a virtual Panther running through their stadium the other night for homecoming,
I would like to see that.
just like the Carolina Panthers. I'm just playing with you, Reggie.
Oh,
But it sounded good.
It did sound good. I was like, whoa.
We're gonna let these young men introduce themselves at this time, starting right here.
Keaton D. Ward, quarterback. Jordan Coker, center, defensive end.
Seth Brown, defensive end, and right guard.
First question right off the bat is, who designed the all-black jerseys? Those look pretty sick that y'all had on for homecoming.
We designed it.
All of
With
you
the-
guys did?
Well, with the help of Coach Garrett, but yeah, mostly just us. We had to do a lot of persuading to get them.
What about the helmet design? Who designed that?
That was more of the, when Coach Garrett was here, the leadership council voted on that. We had a couple of different designs that we went with, but we decided to go with the Carolina Panthers head.
Dude, that all-black, that helmet looks sick.
Man, it does. Probably one of the best uniform combinations I've seen.
Oh, it is. It's probably my favorite I've seen out of anybody this season.
Yeah.
Look really good.
Yeah.
Did you guys wait? Y'all have more than black on black yet.
That we wore it, the black and black, we wore it at homecoming.
Yeah, that's the only. That's
Yeah, last Friday was the first time
first
we wore
time. That's what I said. That's the first time I think I remember seeing it. Dude, that was pretty sick. I liked it a lot. Take us back to last Friday, man, and how that game transpired, and we'll let each one of you talk about that.
Well, we went into it, wanting to play our best game, and, we really wanted to get better and just, really see where we were at, because we needed to play good, because it was a rough week before that.
Y'all have had ups and downs this year, but y'all pulled out some close games, and that's definitely a huge positive.
I think it was a big confidence booster for us to know that we can go out there and perform like we did and just building on the rest of the season.
No doubt.
I liked going out there and getting up to where we could try to run some different defenses.
We can experiment in games
Yeah,
like that.
experiment, see what we can do next week.
Now, y'all guys put up 44 points in the first half.
Yes.
Talk about that, because you know what's going to happen right after that. You're fixing to come out of the game. How was that like? Putting up that many points that fast?
Pretty fun. It was a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, don't you want to hold back a little bit so you can keep playing?
Yeah.
I mean, we got pulled pretty quick, and I didn't even get to start on defense to trying to get some more rotational players and stuff like that at the beginning of the game. But
That's probably pretty smart.
most of us were out at halftime, so I mean, we got a rest and for a big region game next week. So I guess it's all good.
No doubt.
And it was fun being able to, as a quarterback, throw the ball around a little bit more than I usually get to, and being able to let loose a little bit more than I usually do.
No doubt. Now, did y'all have a homecoming dance?
No,
Or
sir.
did COVID knock all that kind of stuff
Yeah,
out?
I think it did.
Well, I'd be known.
No parade or anything?
We had a parade, but
Okay.
I don't know if we had that like homecoming dance. We didn't.
I guess because the parade's outside, so that was.
Yeah. Dang, we used to have homecoming dances, I remember. Who's the homecoming king and queen? Or queen?
Destiny Jones.
Jones.
Gotcha. Reggie, what kind of questions you got for the young men?
So y'all got what, Sylvania coming up this week?
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a tough game, guys.
Oh, that's something.
Most
too.
definitely.
It's at Sylvania. Have y'all had a chance to watch film on Sylvania yet?
We have individually. We'll watch as a team tomorrow.
Okay. So individually, what have y'all seen so far?
They can throw the ball very well, and their defense flies around, and they're real physical, and they're a really good team. Their line's physical, quarterback can move and can throw the ball around, and they're a great team.
We got to get penetration quick. Just need to get rid of the ball fast.
Yeah, he does have a quick release. No doubt about that. I got something else. Who watches the most film weekly out of you guys? Who has logged the most?
It's probably, I'd say it's probably Jordan.
Really?
Yeah.
How many? I'm at an average week. How much?
I mean, I'm probably putting 2 hours, 3 hours in, because most of my classes at school are sometimes free. So usually then I'm watching film, and we mostly have the same classes together, so we'll watch film together. And
Keaton's texting girls while you're.
yeah, he's never.
That's what I hear.
I always have to get my attention.
Always, that's it.
Yeah. I'll just be sitting there texting, and he'll be like, "Hey,
Did you see what this guy's doing? Yeah, man, I'll get that. How awesome is it to have Ernie back on the sidelines?
It's totally different. I love it.
Now, let me ask you a question. Knowing that he's had a heart condition before, have you guys put him at stroke level yet?
Oh yeah, I think first game. I think you heard when he got on Fernando.
Oh, when he
in
fumbled.
the jamboree.
It scares me a lot more than it did my freshman year. You know, his last year. It scares me a lot more to hear him yell. So I try my best not to get under his skin.
I think actually you heard it from the stands a little bit. Like Ernie don't have a heart attack, and that didn't make him too happy though. But
the other guy that was on the 100-year video, what's his name? The one that showed up in the suit. He played a couple of years before, and when he played with Johnny Mack, played. He works out in there all the time.
Johnny Travis.
Yes, he said.
Jerry
He said, Ernie, you're gonna need another stand if you keep on. I was like, man, I don't want him to hear this.
It's awesome having him on the sidelines, and especially winning against Crossville. He was real pumped up about that.
Oh yeah, buddy, that was a gut wrenching win.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You guys pulled that out. That was a huge.
It was a huge morale booster.
Yeah,
that still don't know how the people you guys are, but that used to be a really big rivalry.
Yeah, I know that was a huge win for the community too. I know that game a couple weeks ago. Well, tell us like the feeling after that game.
After we scored that final touchdown, or just go back to the last drive, like it was. We knew we were going to have to come from behind and win that, after they got that big score. And we knew we'd have to work hard to put it in the end zone. And then, that fourth down and 8, and Colton saved the drive with an amazing catch. And, man, that lifted everything. That was great.
I bet you guys went from the basement to the penthouse.
It was insane. Yeah.
Catch. No doubt. Hey, good luck to you guys this week. I mean, you guys can beat them, and they got 2 losses on the year. It's going to be you're going to play with your hair on fire because they're really good.
I think it'll be a very good game.
The positive is they may come in with a hangover because they played their guts out last week.
Oh yes, sir.
Sometimes those games can linger over. If it does, you can take advantage.
You're always a little sore after fall.
Oh yeah.
It takes a little while. Same thing with Ohachee. You play Ohachee.
Oh yeah.
It usually takes them about 2 or 3 weeks to recover. Matter of fact, Rico White told me. He said, "Man, we just got over Ohachee game on Wednesday or Thursday." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Dude, we're still beat up."
Wow.
I said, "Wow."
Yeah.
That was last Thursday. They
Yeah,
played them 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good luck to you guys Friday, and we're pulling for you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are back, and our next guest on the preview show is our Fyffe correspondent, the greatest Fyffe fan in all of the land. We know him as B-Man. B-Man, what's been going on with you, buddy?
Oh, not much, buddy. Watching a little bit of football. What are you doing?
I'm doing the same, man. And first of all, I want to ask you a few questions about the game. But before that, man, I know you're a patriotic guy like myself, man. It's been 20 years since 9/11, B-Man. That's something special to see a lot of these teams, all the way down through Pee Wee, high school, and the pros, honoring that with these flags. You know it?
We were just talking yesterday. Everyone else was talking where we was at when we started hearing about all that as the day went on and all that. And it was like you say, saw clips of on the news, a bunch of high school teams run out with flags.
Mm-hmm.
The good that never forget.
That's right.
Most of them kids, they don't, they weren't even born like that, but they're being brought up taught to keep on it and not forget, what happened.
That's kind of like Pearl Harbor was to us, They wasn't born at that time, but the severity of it and the repercussions has changed the country forever, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, B-Man, let's talk about the Fyffe Red Devils, man. We just dropped breakfast with Benefield, and after I talked with Coach, and he's been saying it all summer. He's been saying that this ain't Fyffe as we know it. This ain't and I even said this on breakfast with Benefield this week. I've had 75 or 100 people walk up to me. Oh man, this Fyffe, man. They just plug the next one in. You don't plug in 20 starting positions, man. I mean, there's gonna be a few growing pains, but take us back to last Friday, because coming into the season, Coach's biggest concern off the top of his head was the secondary, and they actually played pretty decent. And it was a very physical game, and they got out of there with a win. Talk about last Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, so they was ready to play. They came out ready. Their crowd was hopped up. Student section. was hot. We all like to sit there and work. Lost 20 out of 22, starters last year, and we got 5 seniors, and only really 2, 3 of them, Dukes outside of Dukes, others had played some backup. So, Will and Mulligan, they kind of came on at the end of last year, so they don't have a ton of experience, themselves. So when you going in there, Coach Van, he runs this spread. Sometimes they go 3-4, and then sometimes the other night they go 5 wide. And, I was a little bit concerned our secondary. They showed that first drive. I kind of think they was doing some stuff maybe we hadn't seen yet. He's a new coach up here, and they've only had like 2 games, and they had a bye. Because you could tell some other guy, right before the snap kind of shifted around. So I just wondered, maybe they were giving some stuff we hadn't seen before. But after that first drive, they scored. We kind of settled in after that. And then they got one there right before halftime. The second half, it was just,
there was some licks being swapped, I heard.
Oh, it was a dadgum. Guys flipping. I don't know if you see some of the pictures. Guys flipping
I have.
up in the air and just, they was probably some ice baths needed, after that one. But we, being young, we made some uncharacteristic mistakes. Normally in years past we hadn't made, but that comes with, a lot of new starters. We got freshmen, sophomores all over the field. Outside of Kyle, he's never played, quarterback either. But we had inside the 5, twice, came away with nothing. Where if you punch those in, totally changes the outlook of the game. And we ran the opening kickoff out to around midfield in the very first play. We snapped it over Kyle's head about 15 yards back. And killed that drive, and we've done that about 4 or 5 times. Just self-inflicted wounds that, made it a little bit tougher. And Sylvania, give them a lot of credit. They came out. They was ready to play, but but it's one of them games. We survived, and hopefully, the guys will learn from that. I'm not sure we'll see another team in the regular season that has that kind of offense. I know some opponents that are reaching down the line, they'll run the ball a little bit more. So anyway, that quarterback now, he can sling it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very good. B-Man, what Coach said was something that he said, we were doing things that 5 teams don't do. The bad snaps, penalties, also turnovers. And then you got a personal foul at one point. That's something you just don't see from a 5 team.
No.
Talk about that a little bit and how that looked a little different than what you've seen over the last, 20 years.
Oh, yeah, we probably made more mistakes Friday night, self-inflicted wounds than we've made in the past 5-6 years combined. Honestly, that one year, we didn't fumble one time, I think, 2016.
That was 16, I believe, right?
Somewhere in there, but, we got the ball on the 3-yard line, about to punch it in. We fumbled right there on the 1-yard line, they recovered it. Totally shifts the momentum. Instead of going up 2 scores, you kept it at that 1. And then we had another fumble. I think we fumbled a couple of times. I think we jumped back on it that they could have got. And then the snaps over the head just killed those drives. And then the personal fouls, just stuff. Most times they'll fight guy, somebody stops and go back to the huddle, but some of these young guys, they'll learn, I think, tomorrow at practice that they might not ever do again.
Yeah, they got a little introduction. I'm gonna be honest with you, B-Man. You ever heard that phrase? I'd like to be a fly on the wall. I don't even want to be the fly on the wall tomorrow.
No, I don't even want to be close to that.
Nowhere near that house hall or field house or that practice field.
You're out there watching, we may get you out there running that hill.
That's right. I don't want. What's the new guy say? I don't want that smoke, man.
No, I don't want that smoke.
Hey, so got that one in the rearview mirror. You got Brindley Mountain coming up this week, and Brindley's still in the rebuilding process. And I know it's been a while since they've had that thing going like they wanted it to go. But it's one of those weeks where still got to be focused, still got to be dialed in, and play your game. And then as of right now, they're still scheduled an off week. Coach said he's looking for somebody to play. But talk about this week coming up. What do you expect from the Fyffe Red Devils that look different than last week?
So, yeah, like you said, Brinley Mountain, they've had a tough time. They've had COVID issue, I think, too, this year. So
They absolutely have.
If all those guys are back, but it'll be a good week, for us to get back on track, get those guys back out there, and get them folks doing stuff the right way, the Fyffe way, and I think they will. Like I was talking with my buddies yesterday, all the mistakes we made are all correctable.
That's right.
No doubt Coach will get fixed. So be good to, come in this week, work out iron some things out, and get back on track. And expecting a good Friday. I think we're playing on Thursday, actually, if I heard correctly.
This is a Thursday this week?
Yeah, they've moved it up to Thursday, I believe.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I did not know that.
The Fyffe, I think, high school Facebook page put it out yesterday, maybe.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I might come up there then.
A little Thursday night action.
Yeah, I'll probably come up there then if it's on a Thursday, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably come up there. B-Man, I guess I'm going to let you run, brother. It's been another good edition with you, man. I love talking to you on Monday nights, and we got to get you down here one of these Mondays so you can get you some pizza and a new shirt, one of the new Spark shirts.
You want to go down there one of them Mondays and be in person, see you guys got
You got to bring the number one sponsor with you too, man. Our Fyffe sponsor, your wife.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'll have her with me.
That's right. Tell her she can eat some pizza and hang out with us and meet some of these other players and coaches as well.
Maybe my fingernails have got to grow out back out by then. I won't have to.
You chew them off Friday?
Oh goodness! Yes.
Oh, I remember I was
We
texting.
didn't have a regular season game like that, long. The state championship game was like that, but it's been a while since we had a regular season.
What's funny, B-Man, is I just got off the phone with Coach Johnson from Montgomery Catholic just 2 minutes ago. It's weird you say that because I'm actually going to put them on this preview show right here. They're going to be on this week, so just to catch up with them, But yeah, there wasn't a fingernail in the stadium down there in Tuscaloosa.
Those games are fun if you survive and win them.
Yeah.
You look back and everybody's on their feet screaming and hollering, cheering the boys on. It was a good old fashioned DeKalb County game, like we used to have. They were some head knocking on both sides.
Oh,
both
man.
Both teams wanted that one bad.
Oh yeah, man. That's remarkable, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not trying to look forward, but I expect the exact same thing when Plainview and Fyffe hooks up.
Oh, absolutely. That'll be a big anyway. Nobody records, but it really could have some big implications as far as playoff seeding. Like I'm thinking it will.
You probably hear those licks swapped all the way back in Rainsville. That's gonna happen.
Play that game, you don't even follow them. You want to run right into them.
That's right.
You're looking for contact.
That's it. That's right. You're right. And hey, they're running that triple and they're super physical as well, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be a war, buddy.
You talk about old fashioned football.
You got that right.
Old fashioned head knock come to that one right there.
You got that right, buddy. Well, B-Man, I will talk to you later, my man. I appreciate you big time, brother.
I appreciate y'all. Good to hear from you.
Thank you, buddy. All right. We're here with the Hokes Bluff Eagles at Sparks Orthopedic and Sports Medicine on the Monday Night Preview Show. And I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves, names and positions, starting right here.
Dylan Johnston, defensive back. Noah Monday, defensive back.
Gage Wyman, defensive end.
Well, why can't we get 3 defensive backs in here? No offense.
I'm just kidding.
Hokes Bluff. All right. You guys had a very good outing the week before last, and then a not so good outing last week. But your season's kind of been like that. It's been up and down. Talk about this season in general, from when it kicked off to now, because you 3 guys haven't been on the show yet, just from personal experience. Like, how the season's been for you guys? Because it's been like a roller coaster so far.
All the virus and everything. Some kids have been in and out and all that. But I feel like if we just all get straight, we'll be a really solid team. I feel like we'll be a super solid team.
Yeah, Tucker's still banged up too, isn't he? Right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think we've done good. We've gotten better over these weeks. We had a tough game week 1 and week 3, and week 2 we did good, I think, and this week we did good. We just struggled a little bit in the second half, but I think we're getting better.
No doubt.
What Noah said there, we've had pretty really good weeks of practice, also playing some pretty tough teams on week 1 and week 3.
Oh yeah, I mean you guys have definitely played some very tough teams. I mean that time you played a 6A team and a 3A team that was a third round, perennial power.
Yeah.
And Ohachee, I mean like that to back.
Yeah.
But I mean you guys have held the test. I mean you guys are in I don't think there's any question the hardest region in the state in 3A. I mean I don't think there's any question about that. Talk about that region and what it's been like since you guys have been on the team and how tough it is.
It's a very tough region. I mean, if you want to kind of compare it to college football, it's almost like the SEC of 3A.
That's right, no doubt. Every week, another challenge.
Yeah, again, very good teams. Every year we've been in it, they've had 3 of the top 10 teams in the state, and it's always a hard matchup when you play somebody in our region.
100%.
They got a whole lot of teams like Piedmont, and Ohachee, one of them. And, they've always been good. Sax is good. Wellman is good. All of them.
And last year you guys played Sax, Piedmont, Wellborn, Ohachee, and at one point, Sax was in the top 10. Wellborn, Piedmont, and Ohachee was top 5 teams. Think about that. All in your region.
There.
You guys come down from 4A, you go, man, I'm gonna get a break.
We were thinking we're going down to 3A and it's gonna be easy. But
Yeah.
we got in a stacked region.
You got dropped into the mosh pit,
Oh,
so to
yeah.
speak. But talk about this team when you guys are healthy, which you haven't had all year, honestly. How much different do you think you guys will look when you get everybody healthy?
I think honestly we'll be a whole lot better.
No doubt.
We got a few missing pieces and all that.
It seems like it's every week it's something new. You know?
Yeah.
I thought, man, going into the Southside game, I was sitting there and there's like so and so's banged up, Tucker's injured. I'm like, dang, I didn't know that. Same thing. Full strength, Hokes Bluff, what will we look like?
We'll look pretty good. We just got to make sure we get better at our little mistakes on offense and defense on both sides. I think we'll be good.
No doubt.
We'll be pretty solid, especially once we get everything cleaned up on both sides of the ball. It seems like every other week we've had someone new quarantined or new injury or someone new just being sick in general.
Talk about Coach Sexton a little bit, and he's widely renowned as a guru, defensive-minded coach, well renowned, in other words, in this area. Talk about what it's like being coached by him.
It's really exciting to see. He's such a defensive mind, very smart, high football IQ.
I've sat there and watched that man call out the play they're running multiple times on the sidelines when we're covering games. He's like, they're fixing to go counter, they're going to. I'm like, how does he know this? Same question.
Like he said, he's really smart on defense. He knows it really good, and he tells us every week about everything they're about to run and what to look for. So he's really good at what he does.
No doubt.
He'll get us in spots where we could just make tackles right then and there. Get us in position to make a play just every time on defense.
Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. You don't have to answer this, but it'd be awesome if you did. Are any of you guys going to spray paint stop signs this week?
Grant, I live in Lincoln now, so.
Those who are watching know what we're talking about. Do y'all guys have any knowledge of somebody that's going to spray paint stop signs this week?
Yeah, we don't know anybody that spray paints. We know a couple that take stop signs, but no spray paint.
Okay, there's not going to be no.
As long as they don't take the stop sign by Pine Ridge Apartments, I'm good because people run it already. So
there's not going to be no HB spray painted on some Glencoe stop signs this week. Did y'all know?
Yeah, we know.
Not yet. But that's a yes. That's
I
a
think
yes.
this is fake news, guys. I'm calling this Donald Trump fake news. Do you expect any Hokes Bluff signs to have the Glencoe G on them?
No.
No?
I don't think it would win. No.
Reggie, I'm calling fake news on this.
Fake news.
I'm calling Hokes Bluff fake news on this.
Now, I do remember a couple of years ago, I was on my way home. I do remember seeing a couple stop signs with the HB on it. So I'll be looking.
Let's talk about this rivalry a little bit. What's it been like? You guys have never tasted defeat to Glencoe. What's that been like beating your number one rival every single year you play?
Yeah, it really feels great. I mean, we didn't even lose to them in middle school, I believe. We never even lost to them in middle school.
Wow. So all the way up.
Yeah, so
Not lost a game to them.
We've never really lost them Pee Wee middle school anywhere. But one thing you know playing Glencoe, even if they're not having the best year, they're going to give you your best game because you're Hokes Bluff and the rivalry.
Oh, they're going to give everything they have every year when they play out.
I mean, as far as I remember, even in Pee Wee, when I started playing, we hadn't never lost to them. But it always seems to be some of their best play comes against us, being a crosstown rival.
Oh, they're going to. If there's ever one game they want more than any of them, it's going to be this one.
Yeah.
They're doing. What is it, Reggie?
This is the Go Gold game for Etowah County for the Rossi Foundation. Rosalind Green. They emailed us. Well, they sent us a message today on Facebook saying that this is the Go game. So I plan on stopping by for a little bit of the first half and whatnot and see what's going on with that. But that's a very big foundation because it's this month is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, so this is a very huge game in that respect too. So I know that for you guys, that's got to make you feel a little bit more special.
Yeah, Hokes Bluff did a lot with Rosalind as well. I remember she just went through that the men.
Yeah,
that was special, man. That's one thing you both live in. I know y'all hate each other, so to speak. You both live in really good communities, man. And that's something to be proud of. You guys.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very proud of. I gotta ask this. I've asked everybody this just for fun this week. What's the maddest you've ever made Coach run? Who wants to go first?
I mean, all right, I'm not going to go first. I'm going to hear what they have to say.
Wyman, you want to lead us off?
I don't know what shit.
Probably about any film session.
Any film session?
So, like, if you watch this film of, like, say, Southside, somebody's passing, and y'all are DBs, I bet that was fun. Was it bad?
It was fun for him.
Oh, for Rob?
Oh, no, it was just fun for him.
Oh,
just in general.
I got you. Was he going off?
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
I did pretty good in passing that game. I had one I allowed a touchdown that got called back, luckily. So.
You got called back?
Yes.
Well, that's cheap, man. Come on, you got something, surely.
I'm trying to think back. I mean, I ain't really done much this year to make him mad.
But not
Yeah, you did pretty good. Yeah,
What about last year?
Oh, I'm talking about ever. What's the maddest you've ever made?
That's not hard. It's the same thing.
Or so many? Or is there a few?
There's pretty few with me. I kind of just try to stay out of trouble.
Alright. Dylan?
Probably something stupid like having my knee pads rolled up or something.
Oh, no.
They take you out for having your knee pads too high.
Have you ever talked back to him?
Coach Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm too scared.
I love it, dude. I love it. So, guys, good luck to you. I know this game means a lot, and football is huge. It's obviously huge in your lives, and that cancer. But yes,
Yeah.
That one's one that I've lost family members to it, but that's a good cause.
Yeah.
Both communities right there.
Yeah, I know. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure all the schools in the county are wearing the gold ribbon on their helmets. So,
Yeah, this game will be the center point of
yeah,
because of the situation.
Yeah.
Good luck, you guys, man. Tell my son that I love him. He's still loving him. Come hang out with me, even though he's too cool. All right, our next team on our Monday night preview show at Sparks Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is the Fighting Scott Martins, the Ohachee Indians. I'm going to let these young men introduce themselves at this time with their name and position.
Troy Galloway, cornerback, tight end. Eli Ennis, quarterback and safety.
Wyatt Reeves, middle linebacker and fullback.
All right, guys, you guys have had a really unique season. Had some ups, it's had some downs, but it seems like you guys are starting to put it together at the right time. Pretty much ever since the second half of that Anniston game, you guys have been playing dominant football. Take us back to the second half, whatever happened in that halftime locker room to what we're seeing on the field now, which has been domination pretty much.
We just kind of had to make some changes to our defense.
You know, some defensive players weren't, just they couldn't quite understand what to do.
So we're blaming the defense.
Yeah,
That's where our heads at. We got some fingers pointing.
We just had to make some changes. We got to put some people in different places.
I'm just joking with you. I got you.
Why they just lit a fire under us.
No doubt. Coach Jennings going ballistic in the locker room, or is he pretty calm?
Wasn't calm. Put it that way.
He wasn't calm?
He was more fired up the Welborn game than he was the Anniston or Cleveland County game, just because people weren't doing their job, but we were still somehow getting it done.
Yeah.
But the Anniston game, he did light into us.
He did? At halftime? Well, something happened. I know that. Second half shutout, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this after halftime, we just got tired of losing. Everybody started playing together, really.
And then, just finding new positions for people, because some of the main positions we had lost from the seniors, and then finding out who fits in those spots.
Well, you guys did lose a lot of seniors last year, and you are trying to piece it together this year, but you still have some guys. Talk about this group of seniors. You guys are all seniors?
Yes.
Talk about this group of seniors with you guys and how you guys are finally coming together in your own. We'll start up here.
Well, we've all been playing together since we was little, and I think we was just really too cocky. And then
I would be too if I only lost what? Let's see.
I think he said 4.
About 4 just regular season.
4 games in 4 years? Is that correct?
I think so.
I think that's right. And then
Pretty impressive.
And it was in the top 5 last year. Beat Piedmont, tied for region championship. You either tied or won region championship 3 years in a row, and that includes moving up to 3.
Sure.
Yeah, right there. I'd be a little. I ain't gonna front. I'd be a little cocky.
I feel myself a little bit.
Yeah, I'd be a little cocky too. So this week you guys have a massive game coming up with Sachs. This is definitely for seeding in the region. Talk about your mindset coming into that game against Sachs.
Everybody has to do their job.
That was at the Creek thing too, right?
Yes, sir.
That's huge.
I think it's just knowing that we have to have this win, and then from having a rough start, and then now that everything's getting better, we just got to keep it going and beat them.
No doubt. That's gonna be a good football game.
To me, it's just keeping that focus and keeping the same energy that we've had the past couple games.
And if anything goes wrong, it's the defense's fault.
Defense.
Hey, talk about y'all's offense though. I mean, you guys are starting to motor at the right time, man. Mindset going into the game against Sachs from an offensive standpoint.
We've had a couple injuries, in the past couple games, but everybody's finally starting to come back. So our offense kind of starting to come back together again too.
The ugly eagle.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I think the Welborn game is when we started, because a bunch of people had COVID and they were out, and then the Welborn game is when everybody really came back. So we had somebody to hand the ball off to and then throw it to, and then it really helped us. And that's ever since they came back, we've got it rolling.
Did you have an ice bath after the Anniston game?
I had one after Cleveland County game.
Did you?
Yeah, I was actually no, I didn't. I hate ice baths. But after the Cleveland County game, I was pretty beat up. The Anniston game wasn't as bad. Probably because I was used to it and I done got ready.
You touchdowns. That's all you were doing apparently in the second half.
But yeah, it wasn't that too bad.
Yeah, as offense, I think we're just going to have to come out and hit them in the mouth and just stop them.
Well, I will tell y'all a testament. And Rico White, I actually said this earlier. Rico White, I do his coaching show every week, and he said, this was last Wednesday. And he said, dude, we're just now getting healthy after Ohachee. I was like, what? When did you play them? He's like, shh, I'm telling you. He said, they're just now getting healthy. He said, must beat us up.
Yeah.
That's the MO for that offense.
It is physical.
Is to make people quit and to keep their offense on the sideline.
Yep, that's it.
That's the MO for it. Reggie, what you got for these cats? Eli's got to be something about Eli's hair.
Just got a little bit longer.
Why is it not take that, man?
Have you made another one of those where you picked it out? Or just that one?
It's gotten so long now, I don't know if I can.
How long is it now?
It's pretty long.
Yeah, that's the longest we've ever seen it.
Yeah, it's getting there.
If you was to blow it out and straighten it, how long do you think it'd be?
Probably about right there.
Hey,
Yeah, you should
in
do
that
that.
area.
Let's do
Hey,
it.
if
We'll
y'all
wait
beat
for
sex, you have to straighten your hair.
Okay. I'll straighten it.
Does that cost, or you got to put something in it, or what? How would you straighten it out?
Last time I straightened it, I just used a straightener, but it wasn't as long and as thick, so.
My wife did something, I don't know what a Brazilian blowout is. That's where they straighten her hair.
Yeah.
It cost her about, I don't know, a couple $100 or something. I thought, what?
It's just gonna cost you $100. Don't worry about it.
Kevin's got a question for y'all.
All right, I got a question. Of course, they got a legendary coach from Asheville as an assistant defensive line coach, David Beagle. What was his demeanor in that first half against Anniston? Anniston.
Well, like having a new coach come in, sometimes they're kind of timid and just don't want to like scream at you or anything. But after the Cleveland County game, he has been like not timid.
Yeah, he just fits right in.
Yeah, he's like it's like he's been there. But yeah, he was pretty fired up about.
He's a great defensive line coach, and like I say, once he opens up, gets to the out, y'all gonna see the real him.
Yeah.
And
we have.
But he's an awesome coach. Yeah. We miss him.
Hey, these cats got a pretty good football team, kid.
Oh yeah, huh?
I'm excited about it. Oh man, good luck to you guys against Sachs. I know that's huge. I know Coach says it every week, but the region you play in, every game is huge. But you guys take care of Ohachee. I think you'll be fine. You have anything else, Mitch?
I don't. Good luck this week.
Hey, make sure y'all eat one more plate of food before y'all leave. Don't give me none of this before. So.
Gotcha.
Talk to you guys later.